At the post-fight press conference for UFC 285, Dana White had mentioned that Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler got heated during the filming of The Ultimate Fighter the day prior.
Chandler and Conor were very respectful to each other, and then some things started escalating that you'll see on the show, and yeah, they do not like each other now. A lot went down on Friday. The stuff that just happened shouldn't have happened, and I'm getting old, boys. I'm getting old. I would have been in there sooner, back in the old days, but yeah, not good.
Did they get physical?
There was a lot that went down on Friday. Yeah.
Details have emerged of the altercation. Allegedly, a KO happened and McGregor jumped in the cage, shoved Michael Chandler. Someone else then got slapped and teams rushed in the cage. Nevada State Athletic Commission broke it up. Jon Jones had some words for both Daniel Cormier and Francis Ngannou today on Twitter. On Francis, a fan tweeted at Jon saying, "Jon, do you think the fight against Ngannou can be possible in the future?" Jon said, "I highly doubt it, especially after the first performance. Like I said, dude left for a reason. Came up with every demand and request in the world. He knew that UFC wasn't going to bend. He found his way out." And on Daniel Cormier, Jon reacted to DC's live reaction to him submitting Ciryl Gane. Jon wrote, "My man couldn't even pretend to smile. It was pretty funny. Asking what happened. An experienced former champion and analyst suddenly not being able to identify a guillotine." Francis Ngannou on his YouTube channel says he does not believe a fight with Jon Jones will ever happen. Francis also gives his take on Jon Jones making quick work of Ciryl Gane. He went on to say, "I knew that if Jon Jones shows up in a good space mentally, not like his last two fights, he's going to prevail in this fight. But I didn't see this fight going this short. I think this fight could have been longer. I was surprised though. I was surprised the way that the fight ended. And I think even seeing Ciryl's reaction, he was surprised as well, because he wasn't even defending. He wasn't thinking that a submission could come from where he was. That was quite a great performance from Jones. Not very surprising, because I knew that if I could out-wrestle Ciryl, Jon would be another story. He would have a hard night if Jon could lay on him. But what I did notice is that Jon was rushing. Jon didn't want to give him space because I think he was afraid of something. Maybe he'd get exhausted at some point, not be able to grab him, so he was chasing him from the first minute to grab him. It worked out pretty good, but it tells me something like he wasn't very confident. He was rushing, which is good for him. Fun fight, a fight that I'd like to have, but unfortunately we are not there. That fight didn't happen, and probably will never happen now that he's on a long, very long contract with the UFC, so that's not happening anymore." Sean O'Malley believes Francis Ngannou made the biggest mistake of his life not re-signing with the UFC. O'Malley said, "Francis, and I've said it since day one, since he started talking shit on the UFC on Twitter, it's going to be the biggest mistake of his life. Tyson Fury is not interested in Francis Ngannou anymore. He was interested in Francis when he was the UFC champ. He was the baddest motherfucker in the world. Now he's outside the UFC. Now it's not as intriguing. Who is Francis? Francis is eventually going to be like, he hasn't fought in 2 years. That fight is not going to be as interesting. You do that because you want that payday. You want that boxing payday. And that was in his head. It was in his manager's head. That's what I'm assuming. I'm guessing, obviously. I don't know. I think he's thinking he saw Conor do it, but Conor did it with the UFC. He didn't do it by himself. The more days go on, the less intrigue, the less care we have for Francis to go to boxing." This upcoming weekend, Petr Yan will face Merab Dvalishvili. Merab made an appearance on Aljamain Sterling's YouTube channel this week. He says he respects Petr as a family man. However, other than that, he thinks he's too cocky and says that he'll teach him a lesson.
I give him respect as a family man. He has a good family, and of course everybody loves his family, and everybody should love family, and everybody should be good for family, and for his family he's good. But like, otherwise, what the he's doing, you know? He don't know rule. He was champion. He don't know rule, and then he's not humble. He's cocky, and he's talking shit, and then what? Like, I'm gonna give him a lesson.
The Iron Sheik, make him humble. Yes, I like it, man. I think, like you said, you gotta obviously compete and show the world first, but it's exciting to think about. Like, I know even for me, like, I always think about what happens if I win. I always think about what happens if I lose. And what I always do, which I think makes everything easier, I just say, if I lose, life's still the same. You know, nothing changes. My friends still love me. My family still loves me. So it's like, that's all that's matter. I still make good money. I'm like, life is good. I'm ranked top 5 in the world. Like, how is that a bad thing, you know?
Yeah, thank you. It's good advice, because sometimes I take this fight too much personal, because, you know, like we talked before, this is like more than fight for me. This is like many things. I take this one personal. To be honest, I don't really want to fight him before. I can, like I tell you this, and you said in your podcast, I watch. If I lost against Jose Aldo, I don't have nothing to lose because I lost I'm another great guy, great fighter, and it's nothing, respect and God bless you. It's not good for me, but it's good for you, and then you move forward and God bless you. But I don't want to like give one chance to me lose against PT because this is, I don't care money, I don't care like my fight, my career, I just care like something more bigger than this. So but yeah, I should look that way. I should worry my performance, not about like something other personal things. I should just take this fight as a person, professional, I should take more professional, and just I gotta make sure fight day I'll be ready, and we're gonna beat him and we're gonna send him Siberia.
Khamzat Chimaev gets emotional meeting an orphan girl. Recently, Khamzat visited an orphanage with gifts for the less fortunate children, and footage is going around social media of Khamzat getting choked up when meeting a little girl. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Jorge Masvidal going off on Colby Covington yesterday.
Dana White. Hour. Colby Covington.
Snitch. Slut. Faker. Guzzler.
The first one says Jorge is such a nice guy helping Colby with his case. The second one says Jorge is asking like it's high school when he's actually a 40-year-old man with kids. Embarrassing. And the final one's from Peter Griffin. It says it's sad that Jorge is so obsessed with Colby. Couldn't imagine how much it's holding him back mentally. Wish he already moved on from him. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.